we want to see a responsible recovery, and I think the news we can all welcome is the economy is growing, many hundreds of thousands of jobs are being created. Here at JCB, a great manufacturing business, we've got 2,500 new jobs announced today, not just in the Midlands but also in the northwest of England. And that is the kind of recovery we want, and we are seeing growth in manufacturing, we're seeing growth in construction. So we've got to make sure that Britain earns its way in the world, not repeat the mistakes of the past. But I'd say, the plan is working, the job is not done, and we've got to now work through that plan.
But are you still concerned that a lot of what you've seen so far is based, as I said, on those house prices, for example, rather than a sustainable future?
No, I don't accept that because actually 400,000 new jobs are being created this year, and those are real opportunities for people, many of whom would have been out of work because of the enormous recession this country endured in 2008 and 2009. And you're seeing those jobs being created in businesses like this, and indeed in small businesses. And one of the things we were able to do yesterday was have help for the high street, help for those shops that are working so hard, the people who own them and run them, to stay open. And so across the country there is better news, but I'm the first to say, look, we've got to hold to the course, we've got to work through this plan. The biggest risk now will be coming off the plan that has got us this far.
What do you say to people, you talk about better news, what do you say to people, families, other people as well, who are really struggling to make ends meet and do not see what you're talking about?
Well, look, this country is poorer because of what happened to it. We went through one of the deepest recessions in our history and one of the deepest recessions in the entire world. And you can't turn that situation around overnight. People, I think, know there's not a quick fix to a problem like that. And indeed, some of these problems have been building up for many years, where we weren't seeing jobs in places like the Midlands, and we're putting all our bets on the City of London. So, I've come in, and this government's come in to try and turn that situation around. And I think people, of course, it is incredibly difficult for people when the economy collapses in the way it did. But people now see their jobs are more secure. If they haven't got work, they now see jobs being created. Mortgage rates are low for families because we've got to control the public finances. So, I think people can see that by the economy improving, the prospects for families is going to improve as well.
OK, you're talking as well about pensions, people in their 40s waiting for their state pension till they're 68, people in their 30s waiting for their state pension till they're 69. What jobs are they going to be doing? Are they realistically going to be driving JCSBs at that kind of age? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, look, the reason we do this is because our country is getting older, and we want to go on being able to afford really good pensions for people. And so I think most people watching this programme know that, again, there's not a bottomless pit of money for this country in the future. I want to make sure there are decent pensions. And well, I was coming on to that. I mean, of course, what's happening is the country's getting older, people are living longer because of improvements in medicine and the like, and people have longer active lives as well. But look, the alternative is a pension system that would collapse because it was unaffordable, and that's what I want to avoid. And it's another classic example of a difficult decision, but one that I think people know has to be made, and it's all about making this country more sustainable in the future, not leaving the next generation with the debts and the decisions that we weren't prepared to take ourselves, and that's an essential part of our plan.